All right, hey everyone. This is a quick look at how to interact with Git in a way that doesn't use the GitHub or Git tab in RStudio. So one of the main ways we talk about in class is using this GitHub tab, but there are alternative ways to use just your keyboard and various Git commands in your RStudio terminal. So we don't use this very much in class, but in the bottom left-hand corner of RStudio, we see a lot of outputs and can type code into the console. But we can step over more or less to the next tab, which is the terminal tab, and really talk to Git through code in this terminal tab. So there are a lot of different functions and commands to interact with Git, but I'll introduce just kind of the basics to get your documents pushed up to your GitHub account. And this could be, so one of the ways that I start, which is as if you never looked at the Git tab itself, you can ask Git, what's the status? What sort of changes have I made since Git has last recorded my various files? So the commands are really, you can see me typing in the terminal now. After it will present sort of my file path that I'm currently in, which is my R Davis in-class project. It then prompts me with my name and a $sign, which after the $sign is often where you enter commands into the terminal. And so this command is going to be git status. And unlike in a script, you don't have to press command enter, you can just press enter and it will run. And it gives me some information. It tells me that I'm on the master or main branch because there are ways of branching to sort of sub projects using Git. But it does tell me that there is a change not staged for commit. So what it sees is it says, I can see that you've changed your README file since you last updated your Git project. And so, but you have no changes added to commit. You can either use git add or git commit a. So what I like to do is use git add, just because it is an intuitive command for me. So you can do git add, but then I think you have to specify what it is that you want to add exactly. So more often than not, just like we could check all the boxes up in the Git tab, I am pretty frequently using this secondary call, which is I want to add everything that has changed. However, alternatively, I think you can just name the specific file that you want to add. Now, I'm not sure if this needs to be in quotation. So let's say I just want to add my README. It didn't give me any errors. So what I can do now is I think I've added my README, which is the same as staging this for the commit. But I can check my Git status again. So did I put that README? Did I add it for commit? It says, yes, you've now staged this. It's green, it's modified, but it now says changes to be committed, and I can restore it to unstage it, but it's in this stage process. Great. So again, our processes are this staging, which we're using the add command for. Now I want to commit. So this is git commit. And Git really wants you to add a message every time you commit. This is true also when using the tab, but it's especially true here. You get kind of thrown into a loop of errors if you don't add a message. So what that means is you write git commit -m for message. And then in quotations, you can write the message, which is the note of the edit. So I'm updating README. I end my quotes. I press enter. And it gives me a little update. I'm updating README. I've made this one insertion and one deletion. And again, we can check our Git status, even though it more or less just told me this, that now my branch is ahead of the master or the one that is up in GitHub by one commit. So that means I'm almost there. I've committed this change, but now I need to push it up to the master branch. So this command is just git push. And it's working a little bit. It then spits out all of the things that it has pushed and done. Not all of these always make sense to me, but you can sort of see that it has completed with one local object. It's now sort of has connected to this project up here. And now if I check my Git status, you can see I'm up to date. there's nothing to commit, working tree clean. These are the messages we like to see. So this is sort of just the primer. Like I said, there are many different Git commands, and clearly we've mentioned the word branch. There are ways of sort of creating these parallel workflows, but this is the base way to add, commit, and push changes that you make in RStudio up to GitHub. And now it's only our, all right, let me stop recording.